What's happening, Andy here? I am joined today by my friend Clark Bugg of Lexmark. How are you, Clark?
Andy, it's great to see you. Happy holidays. Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas coming up this weekend. We got our holiday edition of What's Happening. It's been a little while since we checked in with you and the team at Lexmark. So I guess let's just start with it. Let's background. What do you do? What do you do there for Lexmark, Clark?
So, I'm the national sales director. So, I have responsibility for our go to market strategy within our copier dealer channel, the BTA space. And been with Lexmark for 23 years. Was one of the founding pioneers. They put the band together when we first started getting at the copier dealer space and the developing the BSD program. So long-term Lexmarker here and who loves working with our partners.
Well, you do go back, and you started this channel, I think even right around the time I got here, maybe just after, and Lexmark really wasn't in this space at all. And we were talking before we started recording. This program just started out of nowhere, and here we are, 20 years later, and probably a couple hundred dealers in, and just kudos to you guys, and you're one of the original people from that team.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. I mean, I love winning new business with our partners and seeing their folks be successful and really forming great partnerships and certainly at Lexmark in North America, we're proud of the partnerships that we've been able to develop in the field with our dealers, and we've got some of the top dealers in North America, and have teamed up with the best in class out there in many marketplaces, and can't thank them enough. I mean, each time I'm in front of our partners, getting the opportunity to work hand in hand with them and really thanking them for the business, because at the end of the day, our partners have choices to make, right?
They do.
They make choices on who they want to partner with, and obviously at Lexmark, we're happy that they choose to partner with us. So something we
Well,
don't take for granted.
you know, I don't know if it's just that Midwestern, I don't even know, or Southern, or whatever you guys consider yourself, but just that it's that Lexington mentality, just great people down there. I know, one of the things that dealers talk about, it's just good people, and they love the team over there. So, just it's been a while since we checked in. I think the last time we spoke, it was kind of right as the beginning of that pandemic was kicking off, and here we are, end of 2022, and so let's first talk about 2022. It's the end of the year. How did your year wind up? And then we'll get into 23, and what do you see coming? So tell me about 22.
Yeah, I tell you, 22. Thank goodness for great partnerships, right? I mean, it certainly had its set of challenges, and I think as an industry, we all faced a lot of supply chain challenges, but we're going out strong. I mean, if you look at the last 3 months and the total units that we have shipped out of distribution into our partners, we're able to clear a lot of back orders. Of course, we've had color codes and focused on allocation and working hand in hand with our partners on that, and trying to understand the places where they're placing new business and trying to put an emphasis on that, but really working hand in hand with our partners. So really pleased with how we're finishing out. We're actually putting some product on the shelf in our distributors right now, because our partners want to be able to continue to quote more Lexmark and have access to that. So really finishing out strong and excited about what 23 is going to bring.
Well, I could tell you, Lexmark was just like a lot of the other companies out there. It was just a year of constraints. It's been really funny watching online, LinkedIn especially, the last month or two, where the trucks apparently are showing up because your dealers are out there putting pictures on there of the pallets and just the the big stacks of printers. And you would think these guys were all having children and babies and whatever, but it's even better. The Lexmark printers are here, so it looks like hopefully we're getting over that hump as an industry. You guys certainly seem to be turning a corner, and so finishing up the year, these guys are getting product, right? we're going to hit 2023 running, and they've got, like you said, their shelves are full. What's on the shelf? What's on the horizon, do you think, for 23 for Lexmark?
Yeah, I mean, we're focused on winning new business with our partners. We know if we want to get at growing our business and growing in SMB and growing in pages under contract, that is right in the heart of the value that our partners bring. So, we're going to be aligning some program offers to getting at new logos for the year, but you can't get at new business without adding additional value. So the things that you've known from Lexmark in the past, I mean, we've always had that deep industry expertise, and we use that as a differentiator. And we want to continue to share more of that with our partners. So as you remember from the past, we had announced a Lexmark Industry Advantage program. So that is really equipping and educating our partners on who to call on, key questions to be asking into key vertical markets that we've always had success in. We know that our partners' brand is the most important brand that they represent. They may represent a lot of manufacturers, but their brand is the most important. So we want to be a part of their brand that creates value. So, our Industry Advantage program gives them key learnings, whether it's in healthcare, in retail, in manufacturing, in state and local government, all places that we have vertical-based resources that really didn't come from the copier space, right? Those folks were former CIO, lines of business out in those key industries, and can bring real expertise to our partners to differentiate their message in winning new business.
Well, let me ask you about that. So that I thought was kind of a neat program, and I got a little exposure to it at an event in Montreal several years back. At this point, I think it was a Formula One dealer event. I was very lucky to be able to attend with some other press, and it was just a really just an amazing few days of education, and then some fun on top of it, obviously.
Right.
One of the things I thought was really cool was you rolled out all these people. I remember healthcare. You had a person from healthcare, and his previous job was he was buying technology from copiers, printer sales reps, office technology sales reps. You rolled somebody else out. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, might have been in the schools or something like that, education. But that was the approach that you were taking back then. And so you were filling in this expertise of, vertically by grabbing people that you used to sell to and putting them on your side of the table. So is that a strategy you continued with? And if so, what verticals do you have that type of expertise where you've got somebody from finance, somebody from, obviously you had somebody, I think, from education, somebody from healthcare. What other verticals do you do that with?
Yeah, healthcare, manufacturing, retail, obviously state government at K-12 that we continue to have. And then with under those, right, if there's some adjacent verticals that those folks have expertise in, whether it's maybe cross industry, things like just supply chain, right? What are the issues related, which I think we all have learned a lot about that this year. So, what we try to go do there is, as partners come across opportunities, we want to be able to aid them on calls if they need help that way, but also back to the planning stages as they're looking to put together their strategic plans for the year. We stay really involved with a lot of our top partners, talking about new verticals that they may want to be able to get to, that they see growth in, and how can we make sure that we've got talk tracks and tools available to their sales teams to be able to go out and win. So, we try to do that, bringing those expertise to the table at the opportunity level, as well as at the training and the planning level.
I love that approach. Just, when you're selling in these environments, it's one thing when you're just that technology person, that copier printer person, like I was, right? Where you're, I understand your needs, but you're just there trying to sell whatever you can sell. Right. To be able to have somebody with you as an expert just adds such a level of value, I think, to be able to say, well, Mr. and Mrs., whoever the customer is, I brought somebody who used to do something very similar, they can talk that talk, right? So they understand the file types that they use or the workflow that they're using.
Exactly.
And the credibility that you get when you provide that type of consulting, I think has to just be invaluable to you guys.
Yeah, it changes the whole course of the call, right? And when you're meeting with someone that maybe you've held a similar role in, and you can take a consultative approach, and it really opens up new doors into lines of business where it's not just a conversation that's directed at just IT or just at facilities. It's getting into line of business. So certainly has generated a lot of net new business for us, and something we're going to continue to stay focused on investing in going forward with our partners.
I love it. I think it's awesome. Again, I saw it at that road show. I think that's a good segue, right? Let's talk about
Yeah.
23. We didn't get to see you guys in 22, other than I did see Greg at ECS, and we will see you guys both at ECS, I believe, coming up in January. So that'll be really great in Arizona. But before we started recording, we discussed you guys have some stuff coming up. So why don't you share with us as much as you can? What are the Lexmark plans this year? What are you guys going to be doing out there?
Yeah, I mean, 22 was one of those heavy engagement years, really with our partners. I mean, I knew it was going to be heavy even in 22 when I started out doing synchronized swimming with Doug Patassi at POA. And, that went from the Daytona 500,
I saw that.
up through PGA Championship and the Ryder Cup and Breeders' Cup, and all the way to hosting our advisory board here in October. So we've got another even fuller plate coming up in 23. This last year, in terms of engagements, I'm actually here in our customer engagement center here in Lexington today. And we hosted more partners last year in our center than we had in the previous 10 years.
Holy man. Wow. That's amazing.
Think about that, right?
That's
So
amazing.
partners, even through challenging times, we're taking time out of their schedule to come here. So we'll be doing more of that in 23 with some events that are going on here, but also some roadshow events, so that like we just talked about, some of our industry expertise and how we're investing in our cloud services platform. It's going to be an exciting product year coming up for Lexmark. So we've got some new products that'll be coming down the path that we're excited to talk to our partners about. And so that combination of bringing some of that to the field, bringing a larger groups together, both of those are on the docket for 23. And a lot of those planning things that we worked on here in our engagement center last year, we'll continue to now execute on with our partners. So
very cool. So it'll be great to get together, to see you guys, and to actually get those overviews of the technology. It's been a while. I think right before everything sort of slowed down, shut down, or whatever you want to say. You guys had pretty much refreshed everything, and now here we are. You're due, so it'll be great to see it. I will see you at ECS, but I forgot I will see you before that at the POA sales kickoff, and I look forward to seeing what Doug has in store for you this year. If there's anything that you'll be doing special, I look forward to watching. And that again is another one that it's great that it'll be live. Last year they had to go virtual. I'm sure you guys had a ton of virtual. So I think 23 is the year everybody's back to business. Hopefully the constraints are over. And we're just doing the face-to-face in-person meetings like we always did. Who knows, right? 2 months from now, we'll all be talking about how, this hiccup or that hiccup, you just, one day at a time, but it looks like maybe despite some economic challenges, from a product standpoint, the industry is ready to get going again.
Yeah. And we're excited about that. I mean, we're going to continue this cloud services platform that we've built that gives cloud fleet management. So, really geared at giving our partners the ability to manage their fleet remotely, has been just booming for the last 3 years. Obviously through COVID, as you would expect, that was a big driver. But now we have new exciting solutions that we have coming to the table. Something like our translation assistant. So if you think of this in an education environment, to where a teacher is in a classroom and they have very specific documents that they need to make sure a parent at home understands. But maybe the parent at home is first language is not English, right? And
Yep.
so we can describe that in all the communities that we live in is could be a challenge, right? So this translation assistant um, enables our MFPs to be able to translate that on demand. So we're seeing school districts already start to pilot now,
Oh, I could
putting
see
one
that
of
everywhere.
those in
Healthcare,
each
I
of
could
their.
see that in legal, federal, just all over the place, right? I mean, there's a lot of great uses for that type of technology.
Yeah, when we had our advisory board together this year in October, shout out to them, by the way. Our advisory board could not be any better in helping us set the direction. Barry Simon has been, as you know, our advisory
Oh,
board
there.
president for a number of years, and we've got some of the top dealers in the country at all sizes and shapes within our board. But they were so excited about how that will continue to add more value into their deals in K-12 and in government opportunities and beyond for 23. So we're really excited about that. Just getting in the announcements out there, starting to work through all the needed contracts that our teams would need, but really excited about sharing that in the field with our partners.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you guys have a very, very busy 2023 plan. I look forward to seeing you a few times. I know coming out of the gate at least a couple times. So, and then at maybe those road shows or at the bigger dealer show that you're going to do. I think you said springtime was when that might be coming. So, just back to normal. It's nice to kind of get there. Product launches are impending from what you're saying. So it's great catching up with you. Is there any, as we wrap up, any last shout outs, any last message you want to throw out there for everyone?
Yeah, no, Andy, I just want to say, thanks to you and what you do.
Thank you.
We reference a lot of your material on our teams on a weekly basis, as we want our people to be very much in the know what's going on within the industry. And we just want to thank our partners and our customers. In difficult times, I think that's what I said in the beginning, is when you gain even more confidence of why you can continue to invest in this space, because our partners have been great. We've tried to be as transparent as we could be in 21 and 22 on the challenges that we saw around supply chain. And they had to extend and defer contracts and do things that they could. But what I love about our industry, when there's challenges going on, it runs towards the fire, not away from it, right? And so that's what we've tried to do. We've gained confidence as much through our partners and how they've handled that. And so we do appreciate all the business that we've been the chance to be able to go earn, and look forward to an exciting 23. Our teams have kickoffs right at the beginning of the year, and we just came through our strategy plan and are laying out investments for the year. I guess one of the main things I would leave with is our business, although it's met challenges, is very healthy right now. If you look at Lexmark, I mean, obviously we're a private held company, but we're financially secure right now. We're happy with the direction that we're taking, and we're going to continue to invest in our core imaging technology and look for other adjacent opportunities out there in the IoT space. And we want to be a long-term provider for our partners for years to come. So, we can't thank them enough for the business, but we're even more excited about the future and look for new opportunities to partner in the field. So really excited about where the future is going to take us.
I am too. I am too. This has been great. It's been awesome catching up with you. I wish you happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's a great week, and hopefully your week will slow down after today. And we will catch you on the other side and see you in January.
Thank you, Andy. We appreciate you.
Take care. Have a good one, Clark.
Talk soon. Happy holidays.
You too.